Today's Murli is dated 4th April 1984, and the title of today's Murli is Elevated Period of the Confluence Age is the time to draw the portrait of your elevated fortune. Today, Bap Dada was seeing the moment of birth of the elevated life and the line of fortune of every elevated Brahmin soul. The moment of birth of every child is elevated because it is now the most auspicious elevated confluence age. All of you have taken elevated Brahmin birth at the elevated confluence age, that is, in the most elevated period. The moment of birth of all of you is elevated. The line of fortune, the fortune of all of you Brahmins, is elevated because you are the Shiv dynasty, Brahma Kumaris and Kumaris, who belong to the elevated father. The elevated father, elevated birth, elevated inheritance, elevated family, and elevated treasures. This line of fortune of all of you is elevated from birth. The period is elevated, and because of the attainment, the line of fortune is also elevated. All of you children have attained the same fortune from the one father. There is no difference in this. Even though you attain the same fortune, why does it become number wise? The father is the same, the birth is the same, the inheritance is the same, the family is the same, the period is the same, which is right now of the confluence age. So why is there a number? All of you have received unlimited attainments, that is, unlimited fortune. So why is there a difference? The difference is created in how you put the unlimited fortune into the picture of actions in your life according to your capacity. Brahmin life means to paint a picture of your fortune, to put it in your life, to put it into every action. Brahmin life means to paint a picture of your fortune, to put it into your life, to put it into every action. A fortunate one should experience fortune in every thought, every word, and every deed. That is, fortune should be visible. A Brahmin means a fortunate soul whose eyes, forehead, and smile on the face gives everyone the experience of elevated fortune at every step. This is known as drawing a picture of fortune. Draw the picture of your fortune with the pen of experience on the paper of actions. Make a line drawing the portrait of your fortune. All of you are creating your portraits, but the portraits of some are complete, whereas the portraits of others still lack something or the other. When you put this into your practical life, the line of the forehead means your thoughts, the line of the eyes means spiritual vision, The lines of the smile on your face means to be a constantly contented soul and embodiment of all attainments. Very nicely Baba has described. When you put in this into your practical life, the line of the forehead means your thoughts. The line of the forehead means your thoughts. The line of the eyes means spiritual vision. The lines of the smile on your face means to be a constantly contented soul and an embodiment of all attainments. Contentment itself is the line of the smile. The lines of the hands means the lines of elevated deeds. The lines of the feet means the power to take every step according to Srimad. In this way, there is a difference in the way you draw the portrait of your fortune. In some, one thing is missing, and in others, something else is missing. When painting a physical painting, some don't know how to paint eyes. Some don't know how to paint legs. Some don't know how to paint a smile, and so this makes a difference. To the extent that a portrait is perfect, to that extent it is valuable. The pictures of some earn them hundreds of thousands of rupees, whereas the pictures of some others scarcely earn them 100 rupees. So, what was it that made a difference? The difference is in the perfection. In the same way, because you Brahmin souls are not perfect in all lines, because there isn't perfection in one or two lines, you become number wise. Therefore, today, Baba was looking at the portraits of the fortunate children. Just as in a physical fortune, there are different types of fortune. In the same way, here too, Baba saw many types of portraits of fortune. In every picture, the main features, that is, the eyes and the forehead, increase the value of the portrait. Similarly, here, the power of the attitude of the mind and the power of spiritual vision of the eyes also have a lot of importance. The power of the attitude of the mind and the power of spiritual vision of the eyes also have a lot of importance. These are the foundation of the picture. Do all of you look at your own picture? Baba is asking. To what extent has your picture been completed? Have you painted such a portrait that the one who creates your fortune is visible in that portrait? Have you painted such a portrait that the one who creates your fortune is visible in that portrait? Check every line. It becomes number wise because of this. Do you understand? The bestower is one and he gives everyone the same. Yet those creating the picture become number wise in how they create it. Some become one of the special eight, and some become special beloved deity. Some become deities, some become those who are happy simply observing their deities. Some become deities, and some become those who are happy simply observing other deities. You have seen your own picture, have you not? Acha, for a meeting in the corporeal form, the time and the number of people who have to be considered, whereas with an avyakt meeting, there is no question of the time or the number of people. If you become experienced in avyakt meetings, you will constantly continue to have to unique experiences in avyakt meetings. If you become experienced in avyakt meetings, you will constantly continue to have the unique experiences in avyakt meetings. Bapdada is constantly obedient to all the children. Usually, the children are obedient or are supposed to be obedient to the father, but here, Bapdada is constantly obedient to all the children. This is why, although he is avyakt, he has to come into the corporeal, that is the vyakta form. However, what do you have to become? You have to become avyakt, do you not? Or do you want to come in the corporeal form and become avyakt? Sorry, and become vyakt. Do you want to come into the corporeal form and become vyakt? No. Baba says become avyakt. By becoming avyakt, you will become incorporeal and go home with the Father. So moving from becoming vyakt to becoming avyakt. So by becoming avyakt, you will become incorporeal and go home with the Father. You've not yet reached the stage of going via. Through the angelic form, you will be able to become incorporeal and go back home. So, have you now become the angelic form? Have you completed the portrait of your fortune? Only a completed portrait is an angel. Acha, all you children who have come from all the different zones, Bapdada is pleased to see each one of you with the speciality of each zone. Some of you may not know the language, but you're clever when it comes to knowing the language of love and devotion. You don't know anything else, but you do know the language of the Murli. With their love and devotion, even those who are unable to understand anything are able to understand. Those from Bengal and Bihar constantly live in the weather of spring, that is Bahar. They have constant spring. Punjab is such that it is always making everything fresh and green, that is, making everyone full. There is good harvest in Punjab. Haryana is always full and green, that is, Harabara. Punjab and Haryana are always full and green. Where there is greenery, that place is always said to be happy and content and an elevated space. Punjab and Haryana are always full of happiness. This is why Bapdada is pleased to see all of you. What is the speciality of Rajasthan? Rajasthan is very well known for its art. The pictures of Rajasthan are very valuable because there have been many kings there. Therefore, those from Rajasthan are the ones who will be who will make the most valuable portraits of fortune. In the line of art, you're always elevated. What is the speciality of Gujarat? There is a lot of decoration of glass mirrors there. So, Gujarat is a mirror. It is a mirror in which the Father's image can be seen. You look at your face in the mirror, don't you? So, the mirror of Gujarat has the speciality of showing everyone the image of the Father and the image of an angel. The speciality of Gujarat is the mirror that will reveal the Father. Finally, little Tamil Nadu is still left. Smaller ones work wonders. They carry out huge tasks. What will those from Tamil Nadu do? There are many temples there. They play music in temples. The speciality of Tamil Nadu is to beat the drums and make a very loud sound of the Father's revelation. You have a good speciality. Some play music even in their childhood. Even devotees play music with a lot of love. You children also play it with love. Now, each of your places has to put your own specialty into a practical form. Baba has met those from all zones, has he not? Eventually, this is how the meetings will take place. The older children say, why don't you invite us? You create subjects and you also create the number of subjects. So give the older ones, so, and so the older ones have to give a chance to the newer ones. It is only then that the number can increase. If the older ones continue to move along in the same old way, what would happen to the newer ones? The older ones are bestowers who give, and the newer ones are those who receive. Therefore, you have to give a chance to others. You have to become bestowers in this. There are many limitations in meeting through the corporeal form. In the Avyakt meeting, there are no limitations. Some ask, what will happen when the number increases? The method of corporeal meetings will also change. When the number increases, the method of corporeal meetings will also change. When the number increases, you also have to donate something and perform some charity. Acha, to all the children from this land and abroad, in response to the sound of their loving hearts, songs of happiness, and letters of news of their hearts, together with giving multimillion fold love and remembrance to all the children, Bap Dada is also giving a response to their letters. By having constant remembrances, be one who receives the blessings of immortality and continue to move forward and also make others move forward. By having constant remembrance, be one who receives the blessing of immortality and continue to move forward and also make others move forward. To all the children who maintain their zeal and enthusiasm, Bap Dada congratulates you for your own progress and for the progress of service. Congratulations. You are always with the Father. You're always complete and perfect. To the children who have received all such blessings, Bap Dada once again giving you love and remembrance. Love, remembrance, and namaste. And from us children to the loving Father, love, remembrance, and namaste. Now, Bap Dada's meeting groups. Do you always consider yourselves to be the souls who are complete and equal to the Father? Those who are complete will always continue to move forward. Those who are complete will always continue to move forward. If there isn't completion, you won't be able to move forward. Therefore, as is the Father, so are the children. The Father is the ocean, and the children are master oceans. Baba says, check every virtue. Just as the Father is the ocean of knowledge, so you are master oceans of knowledge. The Father is the ocean of love, and so you are master oceans of love. Check your similarity in this way. Should I wait for the screening? Rakiben is
Usually you can
oh,
continue. There could be some challenge
okay,
with screen. You will restream.
okay, okay. The Father is the ocean of love, and so you are master oceans of love. Check your similarity in this way. Only then will you always be equal and complete like the Father and continue to move forward. Do you understand? Constantly continue to check yourself in this way. Always maintain the happiness that the one the world is searching for has made you belong to Him. Always maintain the happiness that the one the world is searching. The world is searching for the one. The world is searching for God. So always maintain the happiness that the one the world is searching for, that one has made you belong to Him. Acha, Om Shanti. Let's take a couple of moments and reflect on this wonderfully painted picture that Baba has created through this Murli. Yes, you can unmute yourself and share what you're
Om
taking
Shanti.
out of this Murli. Yes.
Om Shanti, Ramesh. I was just the way the world artist, Baba, how did he learn this line art? I was thinking, did he really go? I've seen in all these kind of some of these YouTubes, they show this line art. Like in line art, they just draw the line, outer line. The best one which I've listened is when they have to draw the Mahatma. They just draw the two spectacles and that ears and a top line for the hair, and we know that is the Mahatma. And or some people even draw only that outer line, what we call it as the frame of the body, and then they fill everything inside. I've seen even that, or whether it's a blind drawing and all. I've also seen they have letters, and from that they draw. So just see, even in Lokic, line art is so magnanimous and so fantastic. But here, what is Baba drawing? And then he speaks about the line of fortune. So I was just asking Baba, is it the fate line? Is it the lifeline? Or is it the career line? So already when we have such kind of what we call as a worldly knowledge, here Baba wants us to paint the picture of our fortune. But I would tell Baba, Baba, first I want you to paint my picture because I would like to know how do you really do line art. I am just a beginner. I want to learn from the world's artist. Everything which he speaks about, every step, when the eyes are drawn. So just see when the Brahmin eyes are drawn, he says there should be spiritual drishti, actual drishti. And if the line of the forehead part, whether it's a broad forehead, whether it's a narrow forehead, and all, it goes according to our thoughts. And just see the smile, which I think is the most important part of a picture, because it's only the eyes and smile which attract. And so I was just thinking, how does the line of smile of a Brahmin soul, how is it really done? The lips, the teeth, or how can I'm talking from an artist's viewpoint, with relating to the values of what Baba said. So how does that Brahmin smile of contentment, how can it come in a picture? Even in the hands, he says, so the hand also must be such like a giver, probably, because elevated actions. And the feet also must be well structured to show it's a disciplined feet, moving like according to Srimat. When we see physical painting, drawing, and we are so enamored, imagine when Baba is going to draw my picture in this elevated confluence age, my elevated father, how would my portrait come up? So I would love to learn the art first from how Baba draws a picture, because then there is perfection. I don't know how perfect would it be when I draw my own line of fortune. I don't know what would be my lines of fortune also, because these lines cannot be really put. It's like when I'm born with these line of fortunes. They say your palm, everything is born. So it's there. So both these drawings, Vinishpai, I was just trying to analyze and see how does Baba relate that over here. And I was still thinking about both these lines. I loved especially the eyes, because when they draw the eyes, it's such a beautiful thing, step by step from there, and then it's that which gives life to the picture. I was just churning myself. I'm not an artist, but I don't know, like I was just churning on these lines. Om Shanti.
Yes. How Baba has wonderfully and very simply put across in a layperson's language which anyone can understand, and how each and every different feature, how it can assimilate, come together, just like how you very wonderfully gave the example of Mahatma, that yeah, I remember seeing that it's only one stroke which goes like an arc, and then just two lines which make two circles and a, a inverted J, kind of sleeping J, and that just makes it say that this is, anyone can say that, yeah, this is Mahatma Gandhi. The same way how Baba has gone and explained about each and every feature. When Brahman life means to paint a picture of your fortune, to put it in your life. Fortunate A fortunate one should experience fortune in every thought, every word, and every deed. And that is how the fortune should be visible. Eyes, forehead, smile on the face, which gives the experience of elevated fortune at every step. So, yes, let us see some more views from what others have to say.
Om Shanti, Vish bhai.
Om Shanti, brother.
Very, I think, out of the word, Murli. I mean, the way Baba has described about how we Brahmin soul is, creating this picture every moment, the portrait, and how, to what details, we are, okay, what Baba has brought out, the how much detail, how much attention to detail we have to put in, that every thought, word, and action is creating this picture on the canvas of actions, and how our zeal and energy, zeal and enthusiasm, and how our connection with the Supreme Soul is reflected in this. That makes a difference. How much intoxication we are experiencing, uh, it all radiates to our eyes, to our face, lips, face, forehead, every part of the body, every you know uh, every karmendriya reflects this energy which we have receiving every moment from the Supreme Creator. And to the extent this portrait reflects about the creator of who's our creator, who's the creator of our fortune, to the extent that is reflected from this portrait of ours, this, determines the, perfection, of the portrait. it's a very deeply, uh, insightful Murli, where it's not just about the portrait, but about the image which we are creating every moment about our own self. Who am I and who is mine? Om Shanti. That determines our destiny. Om Shanti.
Yes, Hombai. And how Baba says, no, that some people don't know to draw certain feature. Some might not know how to paint eyes, or some might not know how to paint legs, and some don't know how to paint a smile. And that is how some souls, no matter how much they have in life, they're not happy, they're not satisfied, not content, not fulfilled, not peaceful. They are stressful and they create stress around. And to the extent that the portrait is perfect, to that extent, your quality of life that you're living in this confluence age, it is valuable. And I was going deeper onto what both of you, what both Kijaban shared and you shared, that yeah, even if we draw a line, say by mistake we make a wrong stroke of a line, and then yeah, we may want to correct it. Today we have uh, Baba's sustenance and we correct it. But then also the mark remains, like how you draw something with a pencil and then you erase it, the mark remains. That I see is the impact of our karmas. The only thing that we can do is cover up by drawing something more beautiful, to camouflage it or to cover it up with the divine virtues and values. So they may not go away, but they can be covered, and we can build a beautiful picture, a beautiful portrait on top of whatever has already been there.
Yes,
So it,
which way may I add one sharing in this?
yeah, please, please.
The viewpoint. Uh, there is a one vision Baba already has about every child, and that vision is a perfect portrait which Baba has already made.
Exactly.
Through the eyes, if you look through the eyes, through the vision of Baba for us, for each one of us, in fact, there's no discrimination in that. Then that portrait, we have to just, that's a stencil, we have to just follow that, follow the same contours, same lines, same kind of, you know, sketches, and just portrait, just what is that butter paper, and then the original image, if you put a butter paper and then just draw the same thing, it's so easy. We don't have to we just follow the same lines, the same contours, and then we get a same picture and just fill the colors. So actually, if we follow Baba's footsteps, how Baba is, how does he think, how does he feel, how does he act, how is his actions, they're all detached. So we just follow that, then every thought also gets influenced by that, and our thought also starts becoming a photocopy of what Baba would have thought, and my word would what Baba would have spoken, and what action is what Baba would have acted at this conference stage, where Baba is also a principal actor. God himself is a principal actor here right now on the drama stage. So we just have to look at him, look at the director, and just follow him, make him as our role model. Just follow him. Be intoxicated with him. Always carry him, always be in his company. So automatically our portrait, what is we are creating, subconsciously it will be dicto photocopy of father, and then we'll have a perfect picture of all life the golden life. We'll be experiencing the golden life right now. That's what is Baba expects us, confluence stage. So this is just a viewpoint that there's a shortcut also. There is just a very easy method. We just use Baba's vision as our portrait and the copy.
Even in the smartphones
We may,
today, if
yeah,
wherever you are, just a moment, Girjavan. Yeah, yeah. Where you are drawing something, you have an opportunity, an option to undo that and draw again. And if you see, there are those slates where the erasing slates, where if you draw something and if there is a mistake, you get an opportunity to erase and come back, and you can draw a new picture. And like you said, Mumbai, Baba is giving us this opportunity to actually replicate what he has created, what example, analogy that you gave of butter paper. And all that we do is just follow that, and we can create the same picture which Baba is creating. So that is a wonderful viewpoint, Mumbai. Yes, Gijaban.
when why did I speak in between? Because I wanted you to combine with what the brother said and what I wanted to add. I wanted your analysis. Anyway, this one thing which Baba says, when you paint such a portrait, the one who creates your fortune is visible.
Mm,
Immediately, when I was young, I used to think of Ravi Verma's paintings. In our house, we used to have that big deities of gods of Rama, about Shiva, and especially Gayatri and all, as we were Gayatri devotees. And there in the corner, it used to be written Ravi Verma. See, when his brush brings about divinity, it's a picture of a woman, it's a picture of a man. But Ravi Verma's paintings, we could never say it is just a picture or a portrait of a human being. There was divinity in that paint. So when Baba mentioned about when you paint your fortune, are you able to bring the one who creates the fortune? So when he draws Sita, there is divinity of Sita. I don't know whether I'm right, but for me, that was a very good comparative. Secondly, I just wanted to throw some light on that. Secondly, I want to know why Baba wants us to create a picture of fortune every time. Because I don't think I can even hold the brush or something to do it. What is that thing that Baba means here? I want you to paint. And he says for that even, I think some paper of action. He says when you want to draw anything, use a paper of action and a pen of experience. He also tells us how to draw, but it was sounding to me something very big vocabulary terms and all. So if just these two things, if you can just draw, it's so beautiful. If in my picture Baba is shown, I always think when I'm walking on the road, I want Baba to be seen, not me. But that coming in a portrait and that divinity, if suppose you can throw your own searchlight on it.
so the answer to what you're asking right now is there in the start and end of the Murli. In the start, Baba says that the moment of birth of every child is elevated because it is now the most auspicious elevated confluence age. And all of you have taken elevated Brahmin birth at the elevated confluence age. That is, you've taken birth in the most elevated period. The moment of birth of all of you is elevated. The line of fortune, the fortune of all of us Brahmins, is elevated because you are the Shiv dynasty, Brahma Kumaris and Kumaris, who belong to the elevated father. And because we belong to this part of the confluence age and to the father, so we have the elevated father, elevated birth, elevated inheritance, and elevated family and elevated treasures. This line of fortune of all of us is elevated from birth. So Like how someone who is a part of a royal family will be taught all the riti rivas of whatever needs to be done to carry forward the legacy. And going towards the end of the Murli, I'll just go there where Baba says, just give me a moment. Baba says, you're always with the Father, you're always complete and perfect. And towards the end, he says, always maintain the happiness that the one the world is searching for has made you belong to him. And because you belong to him, that is the reason he's teaching us and is expecting us to create that kind of a portrait or a picture, if that answers your question.
Wow, I really want to see how has Baba painted me. But he puts a break, you see, in the last paragraph. He says, you have not yet reached the stage of going via. That means, is my picture incomplete?
All of us are having our own uh, flaws, for a lack of a better word, in drawing the picture because of the sanskaras which we have got over in this birth and over the births. And Baba, with his sustenance, is helping us correct those erratic lines that we at least need to learn to master and make it perfect. Like Baba said that, okay, the toolkit is the same, the learning that he has given is the same. But then also, because of the way we are, we have become number wise. Yes? Anyone else? Okay.
Om Shanti. Just one line. Baba
Yes,
is a
yes, yes.
supreme painter. Baba is a supreme artist, supreme, supreme painter, supreme sculptor, supreme, etc., etc. So many, adjectives for him. And he has got the master stroke. He has created this from the right moment of the birth, our birth, new birth in the confluence stage. That portrait has been created, and has been given to us in the embedded form. Now we have to decode it. We just have to decode it and see, experience the same colors which he has filled in our portrait. Exactly same colors, exactly same form, same kind of contour, same kind of portrait. With the way he has expressed the eyes, the eye will be benevolent for the entire world. They will radiate the energy, purity, happiness, God's love, God's power are radiated through the eyes. How he has painted that. And the perfect thing is about Brahma Baba is we can just observe him, how he used to radiate, communicate with the world by being in Mount Abu, the headquarters, how he used to, without any plane, without any train, without any means of conveyance or travel, he used to travel, he used to touch billions of minds, billions of souls across the globe through this portrait. And that portrait used to get manifested and used to be experienced by so many souls around the globe. That's the beauty of this portrait, that's how powerful that portrait is. If we follow Baba's portrait, what he has created for us, each one of us, and we just don't have to wander here and there. No, no wandering, just focus on that embedded portrait, and that will be focused only during deep silence and in the incorporeal stage, when we are in avyakt state. Baba brought out that the journey is from vyakt to avyakt, and then every one's speciality will be very clear, because this portrait cannot see any weaknesses of anyone, whether it is any state or any individual in that state. Everybody's specialties will get emerged. Om Shanti.
Got it, Ombai. Wonderfully explained. All right, let's take a couple of moments in silence and actually visualize the portrait or the picture, what we want to create for ourselves from here on. Baba is giving us an opportunity to correct the erratic lines and replace them with the perfect ones. Through his sustenance, let's master the art to create those perfect strokes. And make a picture depicting us, the picture that speaks for itself. That the moment someone sees that picture, it speaks for itself and reveals who our Father is. Let's take on working on our own selves in a way that each element of us is divine. And it's self-explanatory. For people to know that this child cannot belong to anyone else or cannot be anyone else but be that divine, blessed child of the Divine Father. Happy painting to all of us Brahmin souls. Om Shanti. See you tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.